I am very tired. Every day I am tired, sir. Every day. Every day. Every blessed day. Every blessed day. Whoops, there's so much shit on this desk. Too much shit on the desk. Too much junk. No clue yet. I'll let you know when we do it. Okay, this thing needs to come out. Trying to cut something. Trying to cut something. Yeah, I gotta build the special weapons, which is a lot of like chopping and sanding. It's a lot of CBT. Just gotta sand this down. Like, to be honest, this bit's pretty good, but I want to try a different conversion. I'm gonna get this down. I need one more notch out of the gun. We need one more notch out of the weapon. If I had a straight-edged Dremel, that would be lovely, but that's okay. We do not have one. It's pretty close, though. I could just sand it. I might just sand it down. Could try using a Dremel tool. I did pick up a mini Dremel. Let me just see how this would work. Let me try this. Mini Dremel tool. Let's try. I don't want to fuck this up. I do not want to fuck this up. Which is probably not a good idea to use a Dremel tool. I don't know if there's any flat ends to this. Let me see. There is not. It's, yeah. It's a pen drill. It's very tiny. But that is not what I can use here, actually. That's not exactly what I need for this. Technically, I can just eyeball it, but I've wanted to try different things. I think I should just sand it. I don't want to cut it anymore. Let's use 800. Do we have any more 800? Okay. Well, I use water. Just wet sand it. And you're not really breathing this shit in anyway, so. Not bad. Let's do that. It's just about there. You know what I should be using is my key. The good old sanding cube. If you could ever get it, like, perfectly flush, that's great, but it's kind of a problem when you're trying to sand things perfectly straight and you don't want to go over even, like, a millimeter. Especially from, like, really weird angles, but this is fine. Just not a fan of, like, doing flat edges. Gotta do a little bit more. It's gotta be a little bit shorter. This is just Votann. This is like fake space dwarves. Fake space dwarves. Ugh. Let's do this. This might be a bit better. Let us attach this to the cube. The cube of wonder. This is even going to come out. Come on. There we go. And then we get scissors. Do we have scissors? We do have scissors. Go. Cube. I could probably use a step lower in sanding, like grit, because 800's kind of smooth. Should be a little bit more abrasive, just slightly. I think like 600. It's almost there. Very slowly, it is there. A little bit more. It's basically there. A little bit more. Slight bit. Just want to see how long these guns are. Yep. Should be good. Should be good to go. Joe the Loser. Let's see if this is enough. Let's see if it works. Is that enough? Maybe a little bit more. Still a bit more. That little ridge has to go away. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my god. It's so annoying. Maybe. Probably a little bit more still, unfortunately. Yeah, it's still a little bit more. Needs to be sanded ever so slightly still. Do. These baby wipes, there's too many fibers. I'm pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. It's straight. There is a sanding tool, though, that will do this a lot faster, but really depends on kind of what you're after. Yep. When in doubt, there's a tool for everything. Everything, everywhere, always. You just gotta find it. Hmm. GHO. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Well, it will work. I just have to replicate this, though. I gotta chop this out. I don't want it to keep this little bottom bit, this flat bit, but it's just not gonna work. Won't make any sense when it's lined up. Simply too big. Alright, fair enough. Need to cut more shit out. Need to cut lots of shit. Alright, let's do it. Too much cutting. Hey there, Wolf Loser. The next fantasy project I have to do is Lord of the Rings. It's not for me, though. I don't think I'll be doing, like, Old World for a little bit, but yeah. I very much need to finish this Combat Patrol. Which, this is progress. I finished my sculpts. And I can now finish the heavy weapons. I have to sculpt the arms for the heavy weapons. I gotta do the beards. And then I can actually do something else. Because I've been stuck on the infantry for so long. I've been so unhappy with the infantry. And now that I'm happy with them, I can move the fuck on. Which is a good... Nothing like actually doing a project and finishing it, ideally. Shit takes way too long. See this again. Ah, that's why. Strange. Did this actually work? I don't want to hack this thing down again. I've got a few of these guns. I really don't want to hack another one down. It's just so annoying.
Is that all you've got? You must have more!
It's been confirmed that a Faith movie is now in production. Will you watch it when it drops?
Probably. The game was good. Tarek, thank you, sir. Probably. I mean, it is a good game. It is a very good game, so maybe. Probably. It's like most likely low budget fucking Blumhouse production. It'll get traction. Creepy. This is... Let's see. Be too big. Hmm. Hmm. Let's chop the bottom off again. I mean, Faith was a good game. I don't think I'd ever go back and play it again, but it was certainly really, really good. Like, that's a great game. It's a very creepy one. Great game and creepy as shit. And it was such a weird style. Creepy. Excuse me. Fine. Hmm. Probably. Although I'm not really inhaling anything. I'm not really breathing when I do this. There's like, nothing's like flying up at me. Don't breathe! Mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Maybe. I'm not gonna say anything, maybe. It's whatever I feel like doing. Sure. Maybe. Maybe yes, maybe no, maybe if me feel good to do it, maybe. Maybe. It's Easter. Easter was fun when my grandmother was alive, and now Easter's just kind of a day. It's just a day for me. The plastic is in my veins. Well, technically, if you get plastic in your body, it's supposed to go to your nuts. It's like, people don't want to have kids anymore. They just want to have Warhammer. Got plastic balls. My nuts are plastic. Pretty much. Get taken down by Games Workshop. Copyright infringement. Okay, you guys are weird. It's like a band, bro. Don't type the weird shit. That is weird. Too weird, bro. Get some air. You got the Twitter folk in chat. Too weird, bro. Did you just call me Kim Jong? Kim Jong Tobias? What? Because I don't want you talking about jizzing plastic? Like, that's the shit I say. You don't get to say that. Is this a North Korean stream? I hope not. North Korean dwarves? Good heavens. Shit. Excuse me. Excuse me. God. Ew. Ew. COVID. COVID 22. Thank God I've got the 18 jabs. I'll be sprouting tentacles soon. Thank God I've got the 18 jabs. COVID is scared of me. Where's the other bolt rifles? I gotta see how this looks. These are so garbage. My bolt rifle supply. Whoops! What is going on there? Interesting. Could that be an alternative? Hmm. Much as I like this, I think I prefer the rail at the bottom still being attacked. Bit of a tough one to figure out. Conversions are just terrible. I hate converting. Well, I don't, but the back and forth monotonous decisions. Decisions. Well, that's with everything. That's with, like, everything you do, I feel like. It's just kind of inevitable. I think I want to try one with the rail. I don't want to do this again. Hmm. Hmm. I mean, eventually you do have to kind of say it's enough, and then move the fuck on. That's kind of with everything in life, you know? There's only so much you can do with it, and then they're like, alright, that's done. This is such a weird... Let me just try and chop this up for now. See how I like it. Let's do this. If I do this, I want to square it off and try and, like, house it. Like that. That rail is just too big at the bottom, but I do like it because it kind of keeps the shape of the gun. No, I buy bits online. I'm gonna try and keep the rail. Ugh. Let's try another one with the rail. There's no point in buying more kits if you can just buy bits. The issue is some bit sellers don't know how to cut bits. It's the easiest thing, but they ruin the pieces. Mamma mia. I got myself Space Marine 2. That is a good game. I'm not even, like, a Space Marine fan, but the first game was good, the second game was good. If you want to have more fun, go into the settings and turn off all the HUDs. Except pickups. Turn off everything except pickups. So you can see what you're picking up. You will have a lot more fun. Easy, guaranteed more fun. Not even kidding. This shit again. Yeah, it's great. That's, I mean, the problem with third person, it is a bit tough, though, and kind of bullshit to have no HUD in third person, to be honest, but yeah. Like, first person's way better. Third person is in the action. Well, first person is, sorry. I think I eventually put the reticle back on, but that's like The Last of Us, where 5 bullets in Space Marine is 5,000. So it's kind of not the same. Hmm. Man, this is just so awful to deal with. Oh, decisions, 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 decisions. I want that railing, but it's just too... It's so inconvenient. But it frames the gun better. Maybe I can make it work. Sure. Let's try it again. Thank God we have a few of these, though. There's only so much CBT a man can take. CBT! There's too much. This shit again. See how I frame this? When I met at a Games Workshop, decided to give me one of his old Necrons. That's pretty cool. Are you going to do anything with it? You should paint it or put it in like a little display case. Put it on a plinth. Plinth it. Uh, uh. So strange, man. These guns are so weird. Well, I'll keep the rail. See how the rail looks. This is a pretty damn good cut. Holy shit. Actually, a really good cut. Damn, that's like perfect. Perfect for what I want to try. Hmm. Hmm. When in doubt, problems. Problems. Trying to bash a bunch of weird fucking kits together is just so interesting, so enjoyable, so exhilarating. We get this. You could do all that stuff, yeah. No one's gonna stop you. Hmm. I don't know how this was so perfectly lined up in like 3 cuts, but by the gods. Lucky me. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. Well, there is an alliance chart for fantasy. I'm assuming Bretonia and dwarves have pretty fair chance with each other. Haven't seen it in a little while. Well, there's ways to cover flanks and things. I mean, dwarves typically just play wide with rangers or iron drakes and stuff, and I mean, cavalry flanks are usually met with guns. But you could cook whatever. You can cook whatever it is you want to cook. Time to cook. I don't know if this is even going to work properly. Hmm. For fuck's sake, I hate working on stuff like this. You gotta chop up so much. Alright, let's just do it. YOLO. Hope we don't hate it. I hope we don't hate it. How do I get to like this? I don't think there's a real way to. Unless I just do it without the rail. The rail is just so low. How do I love this? How do I love this creation? To be fair, though, the rail looks a bit ridiculous. Maybe it was destined to always not be with the rail. Oh, the ads. There's not much going on here. I think the ads might have a little bit more content than the stream, but... The worst ads are when you get ones for food and you're hungry and you're like, man, I wish I was eating dog shit right now. Some weird fast food. Bow, 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 bow. 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 I think the only way to make this rifle look good is to not include the rail. The rail is just too big. Unless I up it. Would that work? Bow, 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 bow. Legacy yellow, sir. It's so frustrating. So frustrating. Hmm. I'm good. I'm just losing my brain cells, which is always a lovely thing on a weekday. Brain cell lossage. Hopefully, other people are not losing their brain cells on a weekday. Not good. Don't lose the brain cells. Very bad. Hmm. Over priming. That is true. Oh yeah, you did the you were asking about miniature stripping, like the paint. Yeah. Dettol is yeah, I left my stuff overnight and then went back to it, but it's really stinky. Yeah, Dettol is like just so nasty, but it works for minis. You know, whatever kind of gets paint off. Or IPA. You know, IPA is a good one if you've got IPA. I think for me, I'm probably only going to use IPA now just because I've got so much of it from like 3D printing, but Dettol's good. You can't go wrong with Dettol. Big gun. It's true. This is a heavy weapon. Very small man, big gun. Do 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 do. I think I'm gonna go with this. I think I'm gonna do the underslung. I'm gonna do the rail. Then I have to maybe putty in something else to attach it. You didn't ruin anything. Yeah, don't worry. I've ruined the paint job of like, it was this guy. It's this dude. I repainted this guy like 5 times. Like, I literally went to the bathroom and I doused him in IPA, and there's a lot of sculpted shit on this guy as well, so, like, I thought it would just eat up the green stuff, but it didn't, thankfully. But I repainted this guy like 5 times. You can repaint a ton of stuff. Metal is so much easier to repaint because it strips better. Plastic is a bit of a bitch. You don't need everything to be cleaned off of a plastic mini, but ideally you want the raised surfaces and any sort of like irregularities. And then you just prime it and you're good. So I just do Warhammer. I don't really do Gunpla. In every, like, Warhammer venue area, you usually have Gunpla, though. It's all hobby adjacent. Yeah, I don't really, unfortunately, do it, though. You should wash them. Like, you should always wash them anyways. Like, you'll have to take a toothbrush to it with the Dettol and try and, like, scrape off the plastic with a toothbrush. But once that's done, I would suggest you kind of just rinse it with water and then go in with, like, a toothpick and try and, like, pick out any paint that you can't get and just try to make it as smooth as you can. But, like, I don't think it'll be perfect. The only minis that can come out perfect from, like, usually being cleaned are metal, just because paint will just fall off metal when you've got, like, a solvent on it. But sometimes you'll have, like, stained plastic or just, like, weird debris between cracks. Again, just take a toothpick, and then beyond that, it'll be fine. Yeah, you're good. Again, stripping materials are just kind of, like, gross. They're all nasty. I still have my bottles of Dettol, but literally right here. There's one, unopened. But, yeah, it's just not fun. You know, alternatively, you could have sprayed it with IPA and just tried to, like, brush it away, but there's a lot of different ways. People use, like, BioStrip, which is, like, a goop. People use a ton of different things. The Bio Goop. The Goop Strip. Hmm. Bootek and then use green stuff. I usually just kind of, like, tack things together to see what it might look like if I finished it. It's more of, like, an approximation of this is what it could look like when it's done. And if I want to continue the pose effectively. So usually I take a lot of time to kind of clean everything up beyond like the blue tack, but blue tack is like way gone before puttying. But yeah, it's a good tool to kind of pose and figure out things. It's all approximations, and it's like if I clean this up a little bit more, if I filed down all the edges and did everything, then it could look like that, effectively. Yeah, that's if you're converting, though. Or, I'm not really sure how new kits are with, like, arms and things. I think most of them are just kind of, like, stuck as they are, so the blue tack isn't so useful, but... yeah, for converting, blue tack is, like, really, really nice. Hmm. You can also use super glue. You can use like a very small bead of super glue and kind of just glue it, because super glue won't melt plastic, it just kind of binds things together. And then when you're ready, you just break off the super glue, scrape it down, and then you can kind of like work from that as well if you really want to. Website. Where is the GW website? Votann Hearthkin. Where is the design choice for the rocket? How did they model the rocket? Interesting. Bow, bow, bow. Dave, hello, sir. I'm always greasy. Greasy and fat. Always. God, how am I going to do this? I should just keep the casing. The rail. Just so low. Yeah, you're good, bro. I'm actually going to get food soon as well. I'm very hungry. It's like 4 o'clock. Good luck with this, the miniature stripping. It should be pretty easy. Shouldn't be so bad. I gotta keep the rail. How do you strip paint from plastic? Dettol, IPA, BioStrip. You could do it. Well, IPA, yeah, alcohol. That's what I use. At this point, I've got like, I usually use like a spray bottle for IPA, but yeah, it's pretty good. Beer, son. IPA, some goddamn beer. Yeah. It's alcohol. Goddamn alcohol, brother. Americana. Need some beer. I'm mighty thirsty. %. I use 99%.
Is that all you've got? You must have more.
Who remembers the lady who air fryer crabs? Also, did you watch the
What?
Warhammer April Fool's video?
I did
Not
see it.
going to lie, I would have bought tickets to it if it was real.
Imagine the stench of that room. I think a bunch of 40K fans looking at a musical would be, like, healthy to be around. It's like Nurgle's Garden walking in there. Hey, Tarek, thank you, sir. I did see it, though. Fucking Nurgle's Garden. Yummy. And where did it go? It doesn't really look too weird, honestly. Excuse me. Personally burned down after Gilliman was possessed by the Emperor and burned it, and Mortarion is a Nurgle's cabinet in punishment for allowing that to happen. Is he really? It's the shit zone. It's the poop zone. Wasn't the warp supposed to be a place you couldn't really, like, Nurgle's garden wasn't actually a place? It was, but it wasn't. Like, stepping foot into the realm of chaos and ending up in his garden is, like, kind of a no-go. Now you go there and you destroy the poo-poo. I'm so torn on how to do this. Let's actually just glue this with super glue. See what I would have to actually putty. Super glue! Glue glue! Glue glue! Super glue! Shitty bolt rifle. Shitty las rifle, whatever the hell this thing was. Slaanesh palace has no guards. They just welcome you in. Dirty, dirty place. Demonic place. Hmm. Well, ending up there is, yeah, good luck at that point. Guten Lucken. Hmm. This just doesn't work. It doesn't really make sense. Oh, fuck this game. Warhammer's stinky. I think we just don't do the railing. I like the rail, but the rail will not work. I think we just kind of go without the rail. Stinkhammer. I think we gotta go without the rail. Ugh. I think so. Let's try it one more time. Alright. I think it needs to not have the rail. The rail is, like, just destructive for the mini. Like, that fits perfectly. And then the power cell goes in here. I think we're just gonna go without the rail. I don't know how to make the rail work without making it look fucking weird as shit. I think we'll just do that. Some things were not meant to be kit bashed. Who would have thought? The old 80s lasguns versus a computer-generated perfect sculpt of a space dwarf NASA-engineered weapon. I think we just do that. How many other bogus guns are there? The sniper rifle, the rocket launcher, the bolt rifle. Sniper rifle, rocket launcher, bolt rifle. Rocket launcher. Oh, God. Sniper rifle, bolt rifle, rocket launcher. Hmm. Let me ask a question. If anyone's watching this, what do you think looks better? If anyone's watching this. This is 1. This is 2. That's 1. That's 2. The only difference is the rail. Because I can't really. My brain is just too cooked. Rajang, hello, sir. Oops. Like, 1 fits infinitely better, and it kind of fits the design of, like, the other weapons I was doing. Like, because there's the squat bolter I've been kind of, like, finagling. And then it kind of matches. 1! I think 2 is better. I don't blame you for saying 2. It fits, I do believe it fits the base of the gun better. It does. And it makes more sense. Instead, I'd have to, like, raise this. Yeah, it's just really weird, man. It's hard to convert stuff sometimes. I think I might just roll with this. I can't see it any other way, because I want to keep the, what would you call it, the design philosophy of, like, these guns kind of the same, where everything lines up on the top. Because if I don't do that, this has to be higher. Which, would that look bad? It is a different type of gun. I'd have to make it like that with the rail. Technically, it is a different gun, so I could probably design it differently. It doesn't need to kind of, like, line up. The bolters lining up are fine. It looks like a little weird thing. I don't know, man. It's just... They're hard to finagle. I just want to try and keep the visibility of, like, the gun. These are all framed. Even on, like, the vehicles, they're all kind of framed around this, like, power cell. Whatever the hell this thing is. Cylinder. The cylinder is, like, always framed, so it's kind of the reason I wanted to keep it, but... Well, here's the thing. Technically, it is a different gun, so I probably should design it differently. Technically, it's different, because here's the sniper rifle, which I have to remake. But that's effectively when he's all puttied up and proper. The sniper is supposed to be like that, which I think looks fine. I don't know, man. I'm just, like, torn. It either fits perfectly fine with this, like, this will fit perfectly. Or I have to finagle it and make it a bit different, but this is like... why? Why? I don't like this. I don't know, it looks weird. It looks like a housed las gun, which is fine, but... It's that bottom. To me, that bottom bit is just too synonymous with, like, the original gun. But again, I could technically make this a different looking gun, because it is a different gun. Let me glue it, and just see what it looks like with the glue, at least. Give it a shot. Let's see. What is the glue? I think I like this more. I don't know. Fuck this. Here's the bolter. And then there's the bolt rifle, or the high-las rifle. I guess it's fine that it looks different and that it doesn't line up. I don't know. That rail is just messing with my head. Let me take a look at the other vehicle weapons. Because I don't think I'd alter the vehicle weapon at all. And the vehicle weapon literally is just that, but like blown up. Sagittar. What do they have? Okay, rocket pod, high-las. How do these look? One sec. The P90 look, yeah, I think it should be raised. Just because it is a special weapon, it doesn't need to look the part. Like, it doesn't need to line up with the bolter. I just want to be sure I'm happy with it, because I have to replicate that in every single squad I do at that point. Which is kind of, like, annoying. Okay. So that's what the vehicle one looks like. It is modified. It's completely modified. But this rail here is what I would be cutting off, and that would look weird on an infantry model, because I do want it to kind of, like, resemble it. What about the infantry? Oops. So the bolt rifle is all lined up with the other weapons. Everything is lined up. Literally everything is lined up. All the bolts, sniper, forgot the names of them. The ion blasters are all lined up. Yeah, everything would be the exact same.
Is that all you've got? You must have more.
No one really talks about how Kara-chan is just immune to invasions. Like, not even Chaos wants to be there as everything and everyone just gets straight eaten.
What are you talking about? Tarek, thank you, sir. What are you talking about? Katachan? Oh, yeah. That planet, there's, like, nothing going on. They need to redo the Katachan Jungle Fighters, like, ASAP. Everything looks adapted from itself. Hmm. Well, the new Sly Marbo, yeah. Well, they had also the limited edition, like, Catachan General guy. That was just like Carl Weathers. All right, here's an interesting round 2 comparison. 1. That's 1. 2. Raise it with the rail, or remove the rail and lower it. 1, 2. What do you think? I'm going with this one. I don't know. I can't get this out of my head. To me, this rail is just kind of... It just looks weird without it. Like, even though it fits this guy's hand, like, perfectly, or any hand for that matter, because it's rounded. Hmm. Well, no, I'm just saying. I'm just looking. It's just... mental gymnastics is what this is. I think 1 is better. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the rail. I think it looks a little bit heavier, and that was kind of the goal. Yeah. Well, it's all just bullshit, bro. It's just what looks good. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. But this looks too dinky and stupid. All right, we're doing this. Ah, get the fuck out of here. We're gonna do this one. It was called a high-las rifle. It should look heavy, and it should look fine. Let's do that one. The project will never get done unless you make decisions. Make the call. So it would look like that, and then I'd putty it in. Hmm. Would need to be... Is that even... it's not even straight. Looks pretty straight to me. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, so once we glue this flat, all I have to do is putty in the bottom. Like all these bolters, you just put a bit of putty and then it's pretty much cleaned up. Ah, okay, we getting somewhere. Thank God. Wires and chains. Good song. Well, that show is really good. Even if you're not like a League fan, you'll probably like it. It's like the secret level Space Marine shit. Same thing. It's like, I don't really like 40k or anything, but that's cool. Like, I hope people don't like League. It's like, get away from the game, but like, the show's good. Good show. Let's do a bit of super glue again. I'm so hungry, I don't know what to eat. I'm so hungry. The glue is like already dead. I could glue all over me. I mean, I do like the look of it. There's no denying that I like the look of that. But the iron sight is just throwing me off now because it's not leveled. It's throwing me off! I'm gonna lose my mind. It's back here. I do wonder, I mean, I should probably detail it with even more stuff just to make it look different, but let's get this little nub. This little nub back here. See what this looks like if we put it... Well, it's in the carpet. Fuck! Maybe I can find it. When in doubt, lose the bit immediately in the carpet and hate life. That's like the most Warhammer thing ever. Oh, is that it? Oh, I found it. Oh my god, lucky me. Did you have fun cutting out a bit that you're never going to get again? It's gone. The eternal enemy. Not the government. The carpet. The eternal enemy. Oh, that's snazzy. That's a big-ass gun, though. God damn. That's a big-ass gun! But it looks nice. I mean, that's a pretty cool-looking silhouette. For, like, a high-powered bolt rifle. I can kind of fuck with that. It's just the iron sight's still throwing me off. It's not leveled. Hmm. What's the sniper rifle have? Oh, it's got another one of those nubs. Big nub. What about the bolters? The bolters have any nubs? Here's a bolter. They don't. I like the nubs. It looks a little bit more Votann, which is kind of my goal. That looks like a heavy bolt rifle. Okay. And that just looks like a standard bolter. I can kind of fuck with that. This looks like... The sniper rifle nub is, like, massive. Here it is. Oops. How is that even going to fit? Interesting. That is simply too big. Interesting. Oh my god, I thought it was... You know what's funny? I thought that was a League song. I completely forgot that it was Cyberpunk. I'm like, isn't that just from Arcane? You just reminded me it's not Arcane. That's literally Cyberpunk DLC. I thought it was fucking League. I'm like, what? Well, it's not. I mean, I'm like, it kind of sounded like Arcane, but no, that's the best song in the DLC. I can't believe I forgot that. That is like tier-worthy good. It's such a great song. Especially with what you do. Like, fuck, man, you feel bad. You feel like a genuine villain. I can turn up a little bit. I'm going to be getting out of here in a sec. There you go. I just need to figure out what to do with the bolt. There's a lot of songs that we had. Yeah, but Phantom Liberty was like one of the better DLCs. Probably one of the best DLCs outside of like Elden Ring and whatnot. It's a shame that I never played the Alan Wake DLC outside of like 1. Because Alan Wake 2 was one of the best games we've played, but I never fucking did the DLC and I should have. I really, really should have. That game was worth it. Not that I can't go back and play it, but like, damn. Let me read the description of the high-las bolt rifle. One sec. What does it say? Let me consult the codex. Where is... I like that they're actually bringing back all of the weapon spreads. They had like a War Gear book back in the day that had like all the guns and everything, and I think in some of the books they had them as well, but... Where is... What the fuck is the highlights even do? Let me... Okay, high-las auto rifle. 24 inches. 3 attacks. 4+, strength 6. And then... High las? Where's the fucking excerpt of the high las weaponry go? High las. The high-yield laser technology of the kin employs phasic capacitors and cryocrystal focusing lattices to deliver beamed packets of photonic energy. These bursts raise the temperature of a target so quickly that... Okay, so it's a beam weapon. High-las auto rifle, high-las beam cannon. Hmm. Hmm. The book smells good. Every DLC made by CD Projekt Red. Oh yeah, The Witcher is CD Projekt Red as well. I completely forgot. I mean, you know what? I was such a hater of like Cyberpunk when I first played it. I'm like, this shit is ass because it didn't play like a sim. It played more of like a weird linear-ish action game. I feel like it would have been better as a sim, where like you'd be able to pick up and throw things and do anything you wanted. But like, yeah, it's fine. Good game. What a weird ass gun. People complain that Cyberpunk felt more linear than a Witcher game, as in barely any choice in Cyberpunk affects your ending. Well, there was a few different endings. Well, don't say anything about The Witcher. We do have to play that game soon. Technically, the next big trilogy of games we have to play is The Witcher. And we're playing number 1 first. Most people said don't play 1, 2, or 3, or 1 and 2, but I don't know. We're going to do it. We're doing it. We're all in. All or nothing. Yeah, I am going to play 1 and 2. It was on the list. Whoops. You know, the more you look at something, the more you come around to it with Warhammer. I still don't like the positioning of this, but, like, I have to love it. I have to just go with it. Like, it just doesn't line up with the bolters, but it is a different gun, so, like, oh well. Maybe what I should do is shave... Well, not in person. But shave, some of the gun down. Not again! Not again. Good song, but not... Gameplay feels ancient and is outdated, but it's worth it. I mean, I don't really care about the gameplay of things. I just kind of roll with, like, the narrative, you know? If the game is fun as fuck, that's great. That's a better inclusion. Excuse me. Hmm. Witcher 4? I mean, we'll see. I wonder if The Witcher 4 is going to be supposedly as long as 3. 3 is supposed to be, like, monumentally long. Three is supposed to be, like, ghoulishly long. Is it longer than Red Dead? Well, actually, is it longer than Baldur's Gate 3, do you know? Have you played those games? That's the question on my mind. Is The Witcher 3 longer than Baldur's Gate 3? Because Baldur's Gate 3 was fucking long. Is it? Okay. Longer than Red Dead, but not longer than Baldur's Gate? Gotcha. Well, those games are amazing, so... Everyone stands by The Witcher 3. I've never played a Witcher game. Well, I usually do a lot of the side content, but it depends. If I'm not mistaken, The Witcher should have no repetitive bullshit content. It doesn't seem like a game that does. Not like a Returnal Tower of, like, Sisyphus. Oh, we're doing one. We're starting one, for sure. We'll always go from, like, the oldest to the newest. The 70-year-old? Is that like a guy who streams? I mean, Red Dead is sick, bro. Red Dead 2 is my favorite game of all time. It's like such a bro game. I don't think there's even a bigger bro game than Red Dead 2. Like, it is the most broest bro game I think I've seen. It's so broly. Everyone's a super bro. Makes me think he would be you in 40 years. I gush about that game, bro. It's just such an amazing game. I don't know what else to say. It's literally perfect. Well, it's not perfect. The gameplay needs to be better. If you want the perfect game, take Red Dead's story and inject it with The Last of Us gameplay. Holy shit. That'd be so sick. No words. The Last of Us has the best story-driven gameplay I've ever seen. It is so peak. Red Dead, maybe not so much. Like, I've never felt so into a game's gameplay that's story-driven compared to, like, that game. Like, nothing comes close. Grounded difficulty is the sickest thing I've ever seen. Like, it is so fun and so intense, and you're in the action 24/7. Well, maybe not 24/7. That game's kind of slow. But it's just so fun. I wish I could relive that game, I'm not gonna lie. I don't give a fuck about the story, like, with what everyone says. Like, the story was fine. You know, it's not so garbage, but, like, It's just someone who can't let something go. At least we're talking about 2, not 1. 1 is more concise. 2 is just kind of like, this is what happened afterwards. I thought it was fine. But the gameplay is like peak. I think I did, yeah. But that's what you're supposed to do, man. If you're in the apocalypse, you need to feel like you're in the apocalypse. And that game makes you feel like you are. Last of Us is good, man. Honestly, it's... Despite the second game's writing being just kind of like, all right, whatever. It's a great game. It's a great, like, set of games. Again, if you like intense games and challenges and you want to feel like you're actually in the universe, that game's difficulty is the best thing I've ever played. Grounded difficulty needs to be in every fucking story game ever. It needs to be an option. The most realistic, like, experience in that universe would be so cool for, like, any other game. Like, it's like Red Dead. If Red Dead had that experience, that'd be so awesome. Like, it's not mandatory, it's just optional, you know? I wouldn't buy a League skin. Fuck no, I wouldn't buy a League skin. Over, like, what? Death Stranding 2 or, like, The Last of Us? I would not buy a League skin. No. No. Death Stranding 2 is cool, too. It's a bit funky, as is the first game, but yeah, they're good. My only problem is Death Stranding's too easy. Well, DS2 is good, bro. It's... I mean, again, if have you played DS1? There is no point in playing DS2 unless you've played DS1. You did? Okay, well, you should play 2 then. Yeah. I would not get a League skin over DS2. It's like, despite what people say, the game is different. Different ain't so bad. Let's glue this. Get everything out of the way before I destroy all these minis by dripping plastic glue on everything. Of DS1 at Comic-Con Toronto last Sunday. Found some really cool posters. Oh, you were at Comic-Con? I wish I was there because they had fucking JB Blanc there. I wanted to go to Comic-Con, actually. I never did, but I wanted to. Because it changed my life. It was my version of you are mad at League. Subnautica, dude, yeah, that literally is though. Subnautica is amazing, but I know what you mean. There are games out there that will change your life. Subnautica was one of them. And it's not like, oh my god, existential crisis. I have to become like a stranded astronaut, but like you just get a different, you feel like you're not on Earth anymore. I wish I lived closer to the warp. The store looks so good. It's very cool. Do you know what he's doing to the store? This idiot, I want to flame him. He's not here. This guy is opening up a fucking restaurant next to it. And he's also doing a stream room. Which is kind of crazy. That would be cool. Imagine that. You go in, you play games, you eat at the British cuisine restaurant, and you, I don't know, maybe see a streamed game, I'm not sure. That is tremendous. Very crazy thing to do. Every gaming venue needs food. What kind of food? Well, if you're in the UK, unfortunately, you got British food. No, this is stuff that he's announced it. He's told people, but he hasn't, there's no pics yet because it's just in progress, that's why. Yeah, he's cool, man. He's very south. Yeah, Havant is like at the bottom of the UK. It's like dead south. If I was to go to the UK, I'd probably fly in west of him. It's a 30-minute drive from an airport, Leicestershire or some shit. It's like west of him, 30 minutes to Havant, and then I follow it up 3 hours to Warhammer World. I think that's what I would do. Because, like, those are the two places I'd want to hit up. Yeah. Yeah, those are easy stuff. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's on Facebook. He posts a lot of stuff on Facebook. He's talked about the restaurant. I've asked him about it and stuff like that. I want to do something for it. I've got a mini that I want to paint up in, like, a weird little diorama for the restaurant that he sent me. So I'll see if he wants it. Technically, he sent it to me, so I'll send it back to him when it's all done. We'll see. York. I've seen a map of the UK. I'm not usually looking at it, but there's, London looks like it's stuck in a fucking crater. It's like British people are from Mars or something, and it just, like, crash landed on Earth, and all these Brits started, like, piling out of it, like orcs. Maybe it's true. The boys is here. Viking stuff, that's cool. I don't know how long I'd go for, but it's a bucket list thing for sure. It's people want to leave the UK, but I want to go to the UK. I would have liked to go years prior, though, when, like, Warhammer World still had the same Bugman's Bar, because, like, that's kind of where I want to head. Because, like, Bugman's Bar is just not what it used to be. It's had renovations and different things come in. But I would have liked to go when it was kind of more dwarfy, more pubby, more merchandise. Yeah, we'll see, though. It's still, again, it's a bucket list thing. I don't think I'd be going to Warhammer World and buying, like, everything. I probably don't want anything at Warhammer World outside of, like, weird merch, but it's cool, for sure. I think that's exactly straight. I can't. Fiji! I just sent my grandma to the warp. She's flying in back to Canada from Europe, went to UK, France, and Germany. Oh, that's cool. I've had people show up at his store and be like, yeah, Tobias put me onto you. And he's like, that's awesome. That's what the sponsorship's there for, right? Yeah, if I had to move anywhere, I'd probably move to the UK. I'm just I've done Warhammer my whole life, and that's kind of the home of Warhammer, and it's like, just... If I had to move at gunpoint out of Canada, probably to the UK. Or somewhere in the US, but... Right? Does that look straight? I can't tell if this is straight. It looks a little bit off, slightly. You know what, though? It's just the gun. The fucking... It's straight, but the sculpt is not straight. That's why. The front part is straight. The back is just... It's just... Yeah. Whoops. The woman is happy again. That's good. My woman is happy, too. Good place for small houses and land. Yeah, I mean, you don't... Honestly, if I had $1 million... Well, $1 million won't get you shit here. If I had millions of dollars, I would fucking hate to live in anything big. I prefer smaller, enclosed areas. Like, I would want a big basement for the sake of, like, gaming and other things, but, like, I don't need a lot of space. It's good to have kind of everything localized and, like, within reach. Now it's straight. Let's do this. I think that's straighter. Does that look straight? Does that look straight to anyone? I think it looks better. Yeah, I could ruler it. That's true. I usually just fucking line it up on the table. I don't think it would even line up with a ruler because it's so bizarre. One sec, let me just do this. I close one eye and eyeball it. What the hell, boy? What's going on here? Yeah. Yeah, it kind of looks straight. The weirdest thing is that the white plastic, the gray plastic is all... It's super jank because it's like ancient hand sculpted stuff, but if I... Yeah, that's straight. Yeah. All right, I think I need to call it here because I have to go eat, and this is, in a sense, progress. It only took 3 hours to make that, which is disgusting, but it's fine. I'd love to move the country to the middle of bumfuck nowhere. Where do you live? If you went to Toronto Comic-Con, where do you live? Are you... Well, you're in Toronto somewhere, maybe like Mississauga, out of it. Oh, you're in Vaughan? Yeah, okay, so you're here. Shit. Moving to a less populated area. I just got here. Unfortunately, I have been on for a little bit. And I need to, sorry. This straight. This is a very monotonous, brain-dead stream. A lot of this stream is just me looking at a piece of plastic and, like, getting getting brain damage. But it's still progress. Yeah, that's straight. Yeah. It'll never be perfect, but that is straight. Interesting. Wonder how I'll finish that off. I've never played Rogue Trader now. I'm not really... Honestly, I'm only now getting back into 40k because of this project. I've always enjoyed 40k, but I've never... Well, like, I've played Space Marine 1, I've played Space Marine 2, I've played all the Space Marine... not Space Marine. I've played most of the 40k games growing up, Dawn of War, all the way into 3, Fire Warrior back in the day with, like, the Tau guy against, like, the Guard, and then Chaos. You know, like, I've been into 40k since probably 2000, but I haven't really kept up with it, unfortunately. Like, I'm sure Rogue Trader is one of the best games out there, but it's a bit of a... It's most likely a bit of a game to get done. Probably a monumental task to get that game finished. I wouldn't play that. Okay, so Rogue Trader is... I wouldn't say it's surface level 40k. What I would do, if you want to get into 40k, like, if you've liked Baldur's Gate 3, Rogue Trader is probably the best game for you. But I wouldn't really start with it. I'd probably just go with something simple, something action-based. You know, try Space Marine. Space Marine 2 is such a well-made game for, like, anyone looking to get into 40k. And it's very surface level. Very simple plot. Space Marines, Tyranids, Guard. Rogue Trader, I would give a shot once you know a little bit more about Warhammer, I'd say, probably. Darktide's easy, too, if you like, you know, Left 4 Dead style games. It's just Darktide, there's no, like, story to Darktide in terms of, like, in comparison to Space Marine. Space Marine 2 is really good, though. You know a little bit of lore? Okay. Yeah, fair. I would, you know what? I would still play Space Marine 2. Everyone who likes Warhammer, even if you don't like 40k, play Space Marine 2. Like, it's such a good game. It's super good looking. The sounds, like, it's just a classic, like, I'd say hack and slashy, you know, old console game. That looks amazing, that plays fun, and it's a simple, linear story. Yeah, Space Marine 2 is a no-brainer. It's good. Even I was like, holy shit, Space Marines are cool. And I haven't really liked Space Marines for a while. Yeah, wait for a discount. It's good, though. It's a great game. And then once you've played that, I mean, honestly, If you really, really, really want to try Rogue Trader, go for it, but it's, like, even shit in that game, I'd be like, okay. It's a bit of a brain fart sometimes. What else for 40k? Dark Tide, if you like Vermintide, Left 4 Dead, sure. And then, of course, Dawn of War 4 and Total War 40k when it comes out. What other 40 games are out, or 40k games are out there? I'd recommend older games, but they're a little bit dated. Not dated in like a, this is the worst thing I've ever played, but there's certainly a little, they're a little of the times. If you've enjoyed like RTSs and things, you'd probably love them, but these days they're a bit rough around the edges. Anyways, folks, I do need to go. That is going to be it for me. This stream was just kind of like chill, whatever it was, usual. I don't know if I'll be on today. Ideally, I go have dinner and then I just get on and play a few games of League, and then hopefully tomorrow we do something different. But yeah, we'll see. I do got to go though, so everyone take care of yourselves. Be well. Thank you for hanging out if you're still here or just joined. And I will see you guys later.